Welcome. I'm so glad you guys have decided to drop in and spend a little time with me today. My name is Justin Ford. I am author of I See Me, a diverse picture book. Get your copy today. And also founder of Ford Publishing House. And I'm so excited because today we are on a mission, like every day, to really share captivating and diverse stories that not only entertain, but also inspire. Florida's in the house. Showing support. We love that. That not only inspire, and we're really on a mission to create a vibrant literary community for children's books and children's book authors. So whether you're a writer, a publisher, a educator, or just a parent who wants to find a new book for their child, this is a one-stop shop with all of the people that are making that happen. Inspiration, tips, networking, new books, right here today. So with that being said, you are just in time for story time. So that's enough talking now. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our first guest. And then I see a request here. Let's do that. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me good?
I can hear you. You sound perfect.
Okay, great. Hi.
Perfect. Hey, friend.
Hi.
So listen, we're going to get started, but I'm going to intro you really quick so everybody knows exactly how great you are. I got cards. I got my JustinTIME for StoryTime cards. I'm trying to look professional here.
I love them.
Okay. All right. So our first guest is not only a model for some of your favorite brands, but mother to a beautiful boy named Malcolm. Her children's book, Miracle Malcolm, was created with the intention to not only share her son's personal journey, but to educate, shine a positive light, and most importantly, help other moms, families, and children that have went through or going through a similar situation of premature birth. It is my honor to welcome Ariel Ellzey to the show. Welcome, welcome. I got claps. I got sound effects. To the show. How are you today?
I am good.
That's my first question. Okay,
I am good. I am doing really well. Just enjoying this Sunday, chill Sunday, relax Sunday. So awesome. I'm great in great spirits.
Awesome. We love that. We love that. Well, thank you for coming on the show, being my third guest ever. So I love that. I see Malcolm's Gigi is in the building. Mom's is in the house. That's awesome. But before we dive into more of your story, tell us a little bit about yourself and let's let everybody get to know you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first and foremost, I am a mom, a wife, and I've been a published children's book author for, about what, 4.5 years.
Time flies.
So I'm grateful for that, and I've had the pleasure of working with 20+ brands over the years, just really like getting into that whole world of being the face for a lot of these brands, ranging from Puma women to Nordstrom, just really getting myself out there in that way. So just, enjoying where God is allowing me to shine my light and to be, mama, and to be just to be that pillar no matter where I go. And I'm honestly grateful to just be able to be in certain, areas and times and rooms that, I've been afforded the opportunity to be.
And let me just say, I have a little backstory with Ariel. She's got such a positive light around her. When you just meet some people and you instantly connect, it was like that with us. So I completely co-sign everything that she's saying.
Yeah. We've had lots of laughs.
We have. So Miracle Malcolm, how does all of that start? I know you become pregnant, you have a beautiful child. But then can you take us through that journey and what led up to the creation of your book?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, Miracle Malcolm was born prematurely. I had him at 25 weeks. So I wasn't even 6 months when I had him. And, just to kind of fast forward, I ended up being a stay-at-home mom. And during that time, just seeking that relief from just the emotions, the feelings, seeking that relief, seeking to channel the energy somewhere. Being a stay-at-home mom, you know, in the midst of trying to be a new mom at that, just trying to understand the premature aspect of it all. It was an escape. I've always been a writer, as my mom can attest to as well. I've loved writing poetry and expressing myself in a creative way. So it was effortless in a way to write about it. But as I began the journey of writing about it, it just, a light bulb was just like, turn this into a story, not just for yourself, but for other people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Beautiful. So you have this idea. You're like, oh, I can write a book. It started as therapy, it sounds like, almost.
Yep.
A personal self-care situation. And
Yep.
it turns into a book. We release book. How do you release a book? I think a lot of people that are watching are going to be like, well, how do you do that?
Right.
A lot of people have ideas. A lot of people have fascinating stories. But how do you then make that happen from that going over to a book and getting it out there and getting it into the hands of people?
Yeah. So just with anything, just researching, trying to understand as well where to start. It was overwhelming at first, but then, you know, with some research. So at that time I was doing brand work as well, just on a part-time scale. I had one of the other brand ambassadors that I had a chance to work with at that time. Her brother ended up being an illustrator. Didn't find that out until kind of, you know, through conversation. He and I ended up connecting through social media. Fast forward throughout my journey of researching how to, you know, go about getting the book in place. It was put out there that illustration would probably be the best place to start, just because it could be the longest process of getting it right. So reached out to him. We talked about it for a while, and then I got sought after from a self-publishing company on Instagram. So I always say it was fate, because at that time I didn't know about self-publishing that way. I just knew about publishing your book in general. But I got followed by a self-publishing page, ended up following back. We communicated. She ultimately ended up being the one to help me self-publish Miracle Malcolm and to get it on all platforms. And that was that. And then now she doesn't do it any longer. So I always say that that's fate, because I'm like, what are the odds that she helped me with my process only to phase out? So
and that time, like the time frame of that,
exactly. Yep.
And I'm a firm believer that things are going to happen when they're supposed to happen. You just have to have that positive intention, and then do it. I think that's the biggest thing too, is doing it. So we put the book out. Was that an easy process? Did you have any obstacles, or was it just like, this is nothing, cake?
You know, it was it's like I'm trying to explain it in a way that's like not so cliche, because it was easy, but I honestly think the challenging part was marketing, really, like, because again, the writing the book was okay. Once I joined ties with the self-publishing company, that was a smooth process of getting everything done. Illustration was fine. And then being on the platforms once they got released, all of that was perfectly fine. And that was, you know, the timeline was, it was okay for what I envisioned. But the actual, like, pubbing it, marketing it, you know, seeing how the longevity of it took, and just the roller coaster of it being out was possibly the most challenging, just because, you know, intellectual property, once it's out there, it's like, well, you know, getting it accepted and allowing it to have a long life, you know, I think was the biggest part.
And you got to have some real, like, stick-to-itiveness. You have to constantly get after it every day. I had a guest last week, and he said, we're our biggest fans of our books, but a lot of people don't care about it unless we make them care and get it in front of them. Do you have any suggestions for maybe people watching, best strategic things that you did marketing-wise that were really successful for Miracle Malcolm?
I reached out to places and people who I knew could kind of turn it away. So I ended up connecting when I had the site up and running, because again, right now we're in the midst of a rebrand and shifting. But when I did have the website up and running, I reached out to the CEO of March of Dimes,
Really?
which is the largest premature awareness organization. Like they are, the heavy hitters when it comes to just getting the word out there and spreading awareness continuously. So I reached out to them to partner with me in some way. I'm like, I'm a mom, I have a story, and then because you always see, a lot of these bigger brands, they'll join forces with celebrities before they join forces with the real people who, they're real people, but you know what I mean? Like the ones that are like, I'm ready to tell my story and I'm here. So, so we ended up doing a call. They allowed their team to join a call with me, and they set up on my landing page. Wow. They helped create a landing page for donations to be sent directly to them. So that was my way of helping at that time where, the proceeds or whatever donations could be made, at any point directly on Miracle Malcolm's website. So just reaching out to people and brands who I knew would assist us with the growth and getting the awareness out there, and continue to do. It's just now it's like, okay, let's shift to where we can have a little bit more growth.
You just said two amazing points to me. The first was just reaching out. I think sometimes we think celebrity endorsements or why would they choose us, but sometimes these brands are looking for amazing stories, amazing people. And the fact that you just reached out and they were like, yeah, sure, we'll set up a meeting. Sure, we'll be on your website. So sometimes just us saying, hey, let's just try it. What do you have to lose? The only thing they can say is no. So that's a great tip. It's just reaching out, just, finding that person, finding that manager, finding that executive, sending them an email and seeing what happens. So I think that's great advice. But then secondly, it wasn't necessarily a gain for you. They set up a landing page to get donations. However, the beautiful thing about that is it was bigger than you, right? And so you're giving back, you're creating awareness, you're sharing your story, and you're helping the greater cause of exactly what you're writing about, which is premature birth. So kudos to you. Like, I think that's a beautiful thing, a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Thank you.
What has been your most memorable experience? You write this book. And hello to everyone in the chat. I'm terrible at checking the chat. This is my guest, Ariel Ellzey, host. I'm the host. She is the author of Miracle Malcolm. If you're just joining, welcome to JustinTIME for StoryTime. But you release this book. You do all this great work. You promo the book, market the book very well. What has been your most memorable experience so far with getting this book out? What's just touched you to your core?
Honestly, it's seeing Malcolm's reaction when I was able to, especially as he got older, because baby, when it was written, and just seeing him get older and seeing his reaction to it being him, and just knowing like that's him, and recognizing just certain things about it, and also just having that opportunity. I worked at Black Women's Expo, thinking now it's been a few years. Worked at Black Women's Expo, and we had this poster board of us two on it, and his excitement, like, that's me, and there was a moment where someone bought one of the products. We have a water bottle as well, and he's signing it. He's using Margaret to sign it. So just seeing his like excitement with it, and just seeing how he reacted to it was probably my biggest highlight, because I want him to know his story the older he gets, just in letting him know that you went through this and this is where you are now, and just to see that he knows that the book is about him is awesome.
What a beautiful gift, like, to have forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Forever, that you'll have. And that's the thing that you guys can share. And that's the whole purpose of JustinTIME for Storytime. We're really trying to create this community where children see themselves. I see mom is supporting today. Yes. I love it.
Always. She always shows love.
We love it. But that's the purpose. We're really creating this community where ultimately children can really see themselves. You know, statistically, there are more animals in books than there are children of color.
Yeah.
And we're trying to change that
Right.
here today. That is our mission. And so that's a goal. So what is next for you?
Like,
Gotta love that question.
you know, man, wherever I am allowed to and you know, get the opportunity to be, like, I have no limits on anything. I have no expectations. I felt that, you know, when the hunger's always there to share my story, as I expressed to you yesterday, but the hunger is always there for me to be, you know. And I always say, like, unbecoming something is beautiful because you get to become something better. So unbecoming whatever I'm not supposed to be, you know, at any given moment, to become my better for any aspect, whatever it might be, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's, you know, what I want to come. I am just ready to embrace, because I feel like I'm always that person to say, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to go after that. Oh, I'm gonna. No, and it's exhausting to say the least. It's very exhausting to constantly. That doesn't mean, you know, not have aspirations. It doesn't mean to not want or desire. Absolutely. It's the overkill of just wanting to constantly be. And I'm okay to unbecome that, to just show up and be what God wants me to be at any moment. So that means I will stop, drop, and go if I have to, and that's where I'm at.
Let me just say this. You said I am unbecoming to become. Let's just let that marinate for a second. Okay? I'm unbecoming to become. And that is so powerful, Ariel, because I think we're surrounded by so many things. Whether it's, someone said, being ready is 90% of the battle, execution is the rest. Let's go. That's beautiful, Frank. We appreciate that.
Yes.
You know, we're in this social media age where everyone is doing these things and you see so much stuff and we're so stimulated. But sometimes to take a step back and say, listen, I don't know what's next for me, but I'm open to whatever is coming, is a beautiful thing. And by even having that mindset, you were able to create a beautiful, beautiful piece of literature for children, for not only your son, for everyone that looks like your son. For that, I say thank you, Ariel. And thank you for putting your story into the world. And my saying is, we're changing the world one book at a time. And you are doing that. So thank you so much for coming on to JustinTIME for StoryTime.
Yeah.
It's been an honor. Will you come back?
Please. Okay. Like, whenever you need me, I am here, because I enjoy, my husband always laughs at me, because once I get to talk about something that I enjoy, it's hard to stop me. Yeah. So I'm ready. I'm here. So I'm definitely excited to see what you have coming. So congratulations to you.
Thank you
on taking that step. Them cards is awesome.
You see
that the book is awesome, and I'm excited for your journey too. So I'm grateful for, again, whenever I'm able to speak about the journey and the platform in general.
I love us.
Me
for
too.
real. Tell people where they can find you.
Yes, so I am on social media, Ariel Ellzey, and the last name is Ellzey. It's my married name. And yes, that's currently where I'm at. Just, you know, any and everything that I will have coming up will, you know, be shared on my on my Instagram. For now, I'm not currently all over so many social media pages, but Ariel Ellzey for now, and you guys could stay tuned for everything that's coming.
Listen, she is open. She said, I am, say it again for us.
I'm unbecoming to become.
Done. It's so good. Thank you, Ariel. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
We'll talk to you very soon.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye. You guys, this is just another episode of JustinTIME for StoryTime, and I'm sitting here amazed myself. Thank you for everyone in the comments and showing love. That was Ariel Ellzey. Just beautiful. We are talking to everyday people trying to change the world one book at a time. That's our goal. So please do us a favor and head over to YouTube, Just in Time for Storytime, where you'll be able to see this full episode in case you missed any parts of it. Click like and subscribe. We want to see you. Also, pick up a copy of I See Me, available everywhere. Amazon's the easiest place to get it. But we will be back very soon with a brand new episode of Just in Time for Storytime. This is a children's book resource for you. So whether I say you're a teacher, educator, or you just want to find a new book for your son, niece, or nephew, this is the place to find it. We'll be back very soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are Just in Time. Take care, guys.